It is hard to believe it was half a century ago this weekend when astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped onto another world for the very first time. The entire world was watching, including an aerospace pioneer from right here in Western New York. Tonight, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley sits down with a man who played really a big role in helping the Apollo 11 astronauts come back home.
Now, they use gold a lot because it was reflective of the heat.
Like people across the globe, Paul Morganti from Tonawanda, now 91, has spent this week reminiscing about Apollo 11 and the first time man walked on the moon.
If I had to do it, I'd do it all over again.
But the celebrations have a different meaning for Morganti and his family. 50 years ago, Paul was the team leader at Bell Aerospace in Wheatfield, where the Lunar Module Ascent Engine was built, a single rocket motor that was responsible for getting the astronauts off the moon's surface. If it failed,
there was no backup. No backup.
The engine took 6 years to develop, and there were setbacks.
We had explosions and all that, you know, when things didn't work the way they're supposed to.
Pressure from NASA to get it done was enormous on Bell workers and their families.
I used to sleep in the conference rooms on the floor at night sometimes.
The Bell team came up with an engine that did not need elaborate cooling, and it had redundant valves with a new type of non-stick coating.
Now that black oxidizing wound up in your fry pans.
As the time came for the astronauts to leave the moon, Morganti was on pins and needles.
If they don't dock and get into the command module where it's safe, they'll die.
But the Wheatfield-built engine worked perfectly.
Total relief, and I had to go change my undies.
Morganti's sons, Paul Jr., Mark, and daughter Cindy, were just young kids at the time.
I remember we were gathered around the television in the family room, and I was sitting on the floor looking up at the TV.
Now, watching specials about the anniversary are a big source of pride.
The lunar landing module was about to lift off. I was watching with bated breath, knowing, of course, that it did lift off, but just that moment, that was the moment. That was the key moment that my father worked on for so many years.
Paul Morganti will be the guest speaker during a free open house at the Niagara Aerospace Museum this Sunday. And we should also tell you that our local post offices are now selling special commemorative stamps, remembering the first moon landing 50 years ago. In Buffalo, Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.